My mom lived in Nigeria, I believe, till she was about like 24, 25. Then she moved to Houston. She already had a computer science degree inside of Nigeria, but Houston doesn't really take foreign degrees.
So I grew up in Nigeria and finished my college. Then I met my husband. So we met and we want to start a family together. So that means I have to come to the state, America.
Yeah, this is a picture of my mom and my dad, and this is their wedding. They both look very, very young and ready to live life, honestly, even with all the struggles that they were going to face in America.
So I got over here. My husband was still trying to get back on his feet, you know. He's not that stable with his work and things like that. So things were very pretty much difficult. There were days we couldn't pay our rent. There were days our lights were turned off. There were days the water was off as well because we couldn't pay, for the bills. So it was really rough for my husband and I. So we finally ended up having 3 beautiful children. So it was 9 years of staying at home with the kids, trying to nurture them, trying to hide or put up a mask that everything was okay. I go out there smiling and people think, oh, she's very happy, she got everything going. But I go back to my bedroom. What they don't know, I go to the closet and I cry. I love to pray a lot because that's the only thing that sustained me that 9 years of not working. I go to my closet. I cannot have it one-on-one with God. I ask him questions, how long am I going to be like this? Is there hope? Is there light at the end of the tunnel? And pretty much I was living by faith.
At a very young age, I actually got really interested in like, how is she doing all this stuff? And she's happy and she's not saying anything about financial problems. So at a very, very young age, I think like 10, 11, 12, I was helping her out with like any change that I would find, I would give to her so she can like help pay bills as like a little cute kid. And then I started getting older, I started helping her with like technological things that she didn't understand because she didn't grow up with those kind of things. So like online banking, rather than her wasting gas in a car, taking time out of her day to go to the bank and put it in. I remember helping her out with a lot of the small detailed things like cheaper clothing, like coupons at the grocery store. So it was a lot of trying to help her like get this family along, even though I was like very, very young.
12 years old, I know when I was still in middle school, I could see that strive to be somebody in life. And I kind of talked to him, I said, if you continue staying focused, if you continue doing the good stuff, you actually achieve your dream through hard work. And he believed in that. My
mother was very intent on me being a doctor only because a long blood family line of my relatives were doctors, nurses, people in the medical field.
Yes, I'd wanted him to be a doctor, thinking that, okay, this is what it is to stay stable and to be able to pay your bills and take care of your family.
So I was like, oh, I'll be a doctor, that's cool. And then I remember I watched Grey's Anatomy for like the first time and I was just like, Mom, I don't think this is for me. I don't think I can be a doctor. Like, I can't imagine cutting into like the human body. I just couldn't. So like, I had to really like look for like things that I enjoyed. And math and science were like a very, very prominent part of my childhood, I would say, because I was so infatuated with like the idea of this formula can get you to this answer and how that would work. And I just kept growing that hunger for that like knowledge of like how things work with math and science. It kept growing and growing and growing, and then it came into like, oh, now there's this whole different subject that combines the two called like engineering. So like I could go and I can apply 2 of the same subjects, and now I have a whole concept that I can learn about. So it was amazing, honestly. Now that I saw that, I was like, okay, engineering could be a thing where like I can invest my time and I could really help my family, like give back to my mom. STEM is just an abbreviation for science, technology, engineering, and math. So it's basically the combination of the 4 or the individual 4 that you go into. I actually was introduced to it when I was in my elementary school library. My librarian teacher walked us through like this simulation where we were building like robots, and it was really infatuating for me, and she saw that I had a passion for it at that time. So she invited me to like join and start, because at that time there was not like a STEM or robotic club at the elementary schools. So she said, we want to start a club at our school. Would you be like interested in joining it? So I did that, and they brought these EV3 kits They're like Lego kits where you build them and you like import the parts and you code them yourselves. And honestly, that was the breaking point for me. I was like, this is honestly like magic. I didn't understand how it worked at the time. All I understood was I did that. Like, I built that and it's moving because I did something to it. AEOP is the Army Educational Outreach Program. It's a program that institutes multiple competitions and multiple programs that help kids want to develop their yearning for STEM and really just invite kids from all grades to join and put in all their work to invent something that they think will change the world. When I was 14, my teacher actually approached me and 3 other classmates of mine and told me to enter this competition sponsored by AEOP. Us 4 competed and we submitted a product called a Soteria bracelet. It was a bracelet that was supposed to like save countless lives over just recording your like heart rate, all the information that has to do with bodily functions, and send it back to your phone in a rapid pace so that you always know what's going on with your body. And we took that as far as nationals. It was crazy. The competition actually awarded us with $16,000 and they divided up the money by $4,000 savings bonds between each 4 of my teammates.
The first check Noel made from AEOP, he used it and went and got me an iPhone 11. And that drove me to tears because I told him, why would you do that? That's your first check, you don't have any savings. He said, because Mom, you have done so much for me. You've done more than enough.
AEOP, after competing, it just opened up opportunities and it just made me feel like I had somebody looking at me for more than my age, but like my worth. They see past of what you can do based on your age or like your qualifications. They just see like you as a person can contribute so much. At the lab, we actually store a lot of our new innovations and inventions. It's kind of, we like to call it classified, but it's not really classified because we're 16, but we sit down there for more than 3 hours and we just punch on this one idea to make sure that it's as best as we can make it for the competition. Because at the end of the day, it's not about winning the competition, it's about making a product that we can actually think about putting into the world, that can actually innovate the world, that can help people.
When I think about like who Noel is, he not only does he care, but he also cares about anything that he's a part of and making sure that it turns out good, that it's at the highest quality that it could possibly be. And I don't think you find that too much in kids his age.
In the near future of being with the circumstances that I have now from what I had before, I see myself not limiting what I want to do. I wanted to go to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology because I just know that there's so many prestigious engineers that go there and that come out and they help the world essentially.
So MIT has been his kind of dream school beside Stanford and Howard. It's been MIT because of the reputation in there, you know? And he keeps saying, so Mom, I'm gonna work hard because I don't want you and Dad to pay for my school fees. I don't want you to pay for my college. I want to earn every penny, every hard work. I want it to go as a scholarship, and I'm gonna make that happen, Mom.
I honestly don't think he can go wrong in whatever field that he chooses. I just know that he's going to be successful at whatever he does. I can't wait to like point to his name in something one day and say that I taught him, because we like to name drop. And he's gonna be a person that I can name drop one day. So I'm really excited about that.
Without AEOP, I would not have the so-called success that I have today. They've taught me that I can actually be an engineer, that this can be a career choice that can get me to the place where I want, where I can help people. And at the time, I wanted to be a doctor because of financial reasons and to help my family, but they've opened up my eyes to see a career that can help multiple people, that can help multiple families, that can put them in a place where they don't feel so helpless. Well, when I was younger, I kind of had like a tunnel vision. I only saw how big my mom made the world. So like I saw our problems, I saw our struggles, and I wanted to help with that. I thought that's all I could help with. So when I grew up, I saw that we kind of built ourselves up to a place where we can subside and we can live our lives to the fullest and we have opportunities. So I wanted to make sure that now the world isn't as big as my mom made it, it's as big as I want to make it. So I decided, like, I want to help the whole world. I want to make sure that every family that feels like they were at the place that I was at when I was younger, I want them to feel like they have the opportunity to, like, be whatever they want to be. If you're out there sitting there thinking that you can't accomplish something because you can't pay for it, you can't go through the school for it, you don't have the means to do it, you just have to find something that you're passionate about, because when you find that one thing, nothing is going to stop you from getting to that one point, I promise.
For centuries, immigrants have traveled to the United States to explore new and exciting opportunities. My great-grandparents arrived here with little more than a dream and worked to build careers in engineering, construction, and education. It's the story of America itself, and we are happy to celebrate Noels with all of you. For information about eCyber Mission, please visit www.usaeop.com.